What makes an ugly guy become attractive? Being in shape helps a lot. A sense of style, a nice personality, interesting hobbies. Pure looks aren't everything. When they say, be attractive, don't be unattractive. Rule 2 actually refers to not being a slob and taking care of yourself. Sometimes that'll do the trick. Passion for something in their life. A hobby, a job, anything really. Passionate love for pizza and beer. I'm sure you can find plenty of women who can share that passion with you. One downside to dating a skinny girl is that she doesn't really eat much. You can enjoy food without overindulging and becoming fat. The same is not true for pizza and beer. Good personality, sense of humor, kindness, intelligence, depth, good grooming, nice sense of fashion. Edit. To all the guys saying this shit landed them in the friend zone, I wanted to add, I also think chemistry, pheromones and flirtatiousness matter. I have no idea how else to put this, but there has to be a certain kind of magic in order to make things work. I feel pretentious using the term gen or feast says coice, but I don't know how else to say it. I know many guys who I get along with who I'm still not attracted to. Sometimes it's in the guy's smell, in the guy's voice. There's definitely a degree of mystery when it comes to attraction. I've met dudes who checked off many of my boxes, and I still wasn't that attracted to them. Also, everyone has personal preferences. A good sense of humor and being someone you feel comfortable with goes a long way, and that doesn't mean dial your confidence up to 1000%. If a less than average looking guy acts like he's a 10/10, it makes me embarrassed for him at best and creeped out like he's trying to be a pickup artist at worst. That being said, confidence, in appropriate amounts, is necessary. You don't want a guy that's just like I'm so ugly, but hey, at least I can make you laugh. Because that's awkward too. But being someone you feel you can talk to easily, who listens and engages with you and is sincere, is the best trick any guy can have up his sleeve. My first thought when reading this question was step 1. Stop thinking you're ugly. Self-image goes a long way in influencing your attractiveness. Being ugly and reeking of desperate clinging to the first person who thinks you're not ugly is even less attractive. We are not all 10s, but we are not all 1s either. Related to this, do your best to divorce your self-esteem from your feelings about your looks and body image. Being ugly or fat doesn't make you less kind, ambitious, sincere, hardworking, creative, or any of the other things that make someone a good person. And if you can base your self-esteem on what you think of yourself as a person, and not how you look, you will be a lot easier in your own skin. Being happy and not giving a crap about what other people think. It does wonders. A hot girlfriend was at a nightclub last night and saw a 6/10 guy attached to a 9/10 girl by the lips. Just shows that you don't have to be Ryan Gosling to get a hot girlfriend. Just gotta be confident. Confidence is attractive, with alcohol not being relevant in this situation at all. Or super glue. Money. The only answer here that is based on reality. When he's actually a nice person for the sake of it, cares about you as a valued friend first and foremost, and has a passionate hobby that doesn't force him into basement dweller status. Basically, an honest, actual, upstanding human person. And has a passionate hobby that doesn't force him into basement dweller status. Cries in C++. Beauty and good looks are different to every person. There have been men that I have been attracted to just based on looks, but after getting to know them, they became ugly as hell because their personality was uglier than Shrek's swamp ass. On the other side, my boyfriend wasn't good looking to me when I first met him, but after getting to know him, conversations and being around him, he became one of the most handsome guys I know. I operate pretty much the same. My perception of looks is incredibly fluid, based on internal traits. For someone who is way shorter than most women, being in great shape helps tremendously, but by far the best thing is having a great sense of humor. If you can get women to laugh, they fall for you easily. I read that as fall over you easily. I was amused. A fun personality. It's like seeing their face morph when you realize that they have a lot to offer personality wise. This ugly guy you're on about is probably not that bad. Everyone finds someone attractive. But if you don't believe that making people laugh and being nice helps, so just tickle everyone. Got it? these days, not having a chip on their shoulder about women and society in general about the whole attractiveness thing. So many guys who've realized they're not above average looking throw in the towel and develop a terrible and often mean-spirited victim mentality. They decide all of their problems with dating are everyone else's fault instead of being proactive and dealing with how society's standards make them feel. I've struggled with terrible body image almost my entire life as a woman. I've been told that I'm extremely average and a plain Jane, or I'll look like a mom to my face. I have every excuse in the book to take this route, and it makes me disrespect men more when they take the easy way out of personal responsibility. I've struggled with this for years and didn't decided that I hated everyone or act like meanie to attractive people. Why should you get to do that? For what it's worth, I'm a guy that's really turned off by the conventional attractive woman look with perfect macupured eyebrows and so forth. I like someone who is a little more plain-faced, but is also warm and pleasant looking, and has a nice smile. Someone who is just a regular but charming woman. So your looks like a mom face is probably closer to what I actually prefer, to some degree. Who is telling you that you're extremely average? But anyways, I'm sort of in the extremely average category, perhaps a bit lower, but I'm honestly making progress upward. Stuff like, I'm going bald and have a horrible widow's peak, but I also keep a nicely trimmed beard to accentuate my chin line, or that I used to be more scrawny, but now I've been working out and actually have some muscle building up in my arms. There's all sorts of improvements a person can make to boost themselves a couple points up the scale. A 4 can become a 6 if they put in a lot of effort, and even more so if they work their personality just as much. I'm trying to be a more warm, charismatic man, because that's the kind of person I'd want to date, in female form. Sometimes we have to do things before we feel like doing them, and then the feeling comes from doing. Charisma. I didn't roll high enough. What do? Roll for initiative? He is instantly hotter if he is smooth. I have a super hot but awkward AF boyfriend who could learn a thing or two from our dorky but smooth friend. Dorky friend gives the best compliments and makes everyone feel like a genius or supermodel. His compliments are nonchalant and genuine, and yet he is still just your friend, so lesson learned, be hot. In terms of physical attractiveness, there is so much that a guy can do to improve one. Style. It's a nice and simple way of instantly looking better. You need to make sure the clothes are a good fit, not too tight or baggy. Keep it simple, and you can't go wrong. If you go on to www.thread.com, they will have a load of pictures of different looks. Just copy some of them. 2. Hygiene/body care. Brush your teeth, shower, clean your face before bed, etc. If you want facial hair, keep it under control. 3. Body. You don't need to have the body of a movie star. For most people, just don't be super skinny or fat. That being said, a bit of muscle never hurts. On the mental side, don't become one of those incel/nice guys. There is plenty you can do to make yourself more attractive on a physical and mental level. Do not fall into the trap of feeling powerless, because then you won't be willing to improve yourself. Learn how to handle rejection. It happens to everyone. If you get turned down, you need to remember there are plenty of reasons that this has happened. They like someone else, they are having a bad day, you just aren't their type, etc. From personal experience, not just being in shape, but being visibly in shape and above average fitness, as in muscular with a V-shaped torso. The difference in treatment I get from when I was a fat slob to an actual amateur athlete today is night and day. Confidence is the #1 answer. Not the arrogant, insecure kind like being overly aggressive or putting others down to look better, but a quiet, humble confidence that doesn't need the approval of people to thrive. In short, be your own person. Do things you enjoy, wear the clothing you enjoy, hang out with people who don't suck. Treat women with respect, as equals. Don't have an ego-derived agenda. Accept everyone on their own terms. Don't be desperate for attention from them. Take care of yourself, body, mind and spirit. Don't subscribe to the culturally acceptable definition of masculinity. Embrace truth as it makes itself known to you, and learn from your mistakes. Treat others kindly, and love everyone without reservation, or asking for anything in return. Do all those things and you'll be the best looking dude in any room.